Hi, everybody. My name is Saban Mitchell,
And I'm Adam Elnahas.
and this is Sustainability and Low-Income Housing in the Nova area.
And this is in association with Keller Williams. This is our final project for our internship of winter 2020.
All right, let's get started.
So there's a great need for sustainability. With climate change greatly altering the environment that we know and love, the need for sustainability has never been greater. In working to decrease the impact humanity has had on the environment, the development of certified green buildings are on the rise. Green building certifications include the Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design LEED certification and Energy Star certification, which is a United States government certification. In Northern Virginia, the number of LEED certified buildings has been growing since 2003, with 56 LEED projects being created in 2019 alone. And there's a graph showing the growth of LEED certified projects since 2003. So, Northern Virginia residents are concerned for their environment and want to be environmentally friendly, as shown by the rising graph in the previous screen. This means that Nova residents are willing to live in certified green buildings as part of this desire to be more environmentally friendly. This is great, and the reason this is great is because certified green buildings have less of a negative impact on the environment, and they have a greater positive impact on their tenants' health. So because there's a growing positive attitude towards certified green buildings, it would be beneficial to develop them since there's obviously a market for them in Northern Virginia. So there actually is a difference between having an energy efficient and environmentally friendly home compared to having a certified green home or building. The certification itself matters. In 2011, the Earth Advantage study found that, on average, green certified new homes sold for 8% more than non certified green homes. Additionally, resale prices of existing green homes were about 30% more than conventional homes. As well as that, there are other incentives to being certified green, such as having tax rebates, grants are more available, revolving loan funds, fee reductions and waivers, marketing assistance, and those are more economic incentives. But it also includes zoning allowances, expedited review and permitting, technical assistance, and density and height bonuses for those projects. So there is an average marginal cost of less than 2% to develop a certified green building. The average cost to build a single family home in Northern Virginia is $300,000. That means it should just cost around $6,000 more to make that same single family home certified green, which would make it eligible for the other benefits previously mentioned. LEED certified apartment buildings have been reported to be rented for 9% more than comparable apartments. And since the average cost to rent a one bedroom apartment in the Nova, DC area is $2,190 a month, that means that the rent could justifiably be raised to $2,387 a month. Now, a different step could be taken where the landlord could ensure that they keep making a profit while also being conscious about affordability. Um, Instead of increasing the rent of the apartment by 9% because people would be willing to pay for it, like it's justifiable, the landlord could have a certified building but keep the rent the same at $2,190 a month or even lower because a certified green building will use significantly less energy, thus decreasing monthly expenses for the owner. And this tactic would not only help the owner, but it could also greatly assist those struggling with affordable housing in Northern Virginia, which Saban has done more research on.
Yep. Thank you, Adam. So before we get into my section, like Adam said, I've really largely focused on homelessness, that data related to the Nova area, and low-income housing options for like homeless individuals, people of lower income, and like what that means in terms of how it relates to sustainability and how that can be a like better strategy and better and like thing we should invest more in the Northern Virginia area when developing like certain like buildings and like housing options. So let's get started. So I want to be really just give an introduction on like some of the overall homelessness data that can be found in Northern Virginia. And I guess we'll start with the country as a whole, the United States. Homelessness has decreased by 14% between 2010 and 2016. And again, all this data can be evidenced by the graph that was provided by the HRI website. And specifically, the NOVA research, which is based in Fairfax County, Samantha Batko, who is from the HRI, has stated the number of families experiencing homelessness in Fairfax County alone has dropped from more than 1,000 in 2016 to 507 in 2016. HRI. There were a total of 1,059 total homeless people in 2016, including 577 people in families with children and 482 single adults, compared to 1,835 people in 2008. All right, so continued. The success in combating homelessness in Virginia can be attributed to a shift in housing strategy. So specifically, this means a shift in the transitional housing model to the rapid rehousing model. So you might be asking yourself, okay, what's transitional housing and how does this relate to the rapid rehousing model? Why is rapid rehousing model so great? So what transitional housing is, it focuses more on temporary housing solutions. So this is like constructing a bare bones like housing complex or like situation, which has like very few amenities, and it's meant to last for upwards of like 5 years, 10 max if you really like push it. Again, this is like generally there are cases where it can last longer, but generally this is the focus when constructing them. But the rapid rehousing focuses on moving families and individuals experiencing homelessness into permanent solutions as quickly as possible. Like these are like permanent solutions are meant with a longevity in mind. And 30 days is a common window of time for the strategy. All right, and this has led to the establishment of the Hearth Act. So what is the Hearth Act? Well, HEARTH stands for the Homeless Emergency Assistance and Rapid Transition to Housing. So again, according to Samantha Batko, which I've previously mentioned in another slide of the HRI, HEARTH and other organizations have caused the amount of permanent low-income homes available due to rapid rehousing to triple. So this is very significant as it has led to multiple things. Like because of this, the amount of people that are homeless on any given day is down. This is great because not only like is like the amount of homeless people found on an annual basis in Northern Virginia is down, but the amount of people that are homeless on any given day is down, along with like the time spent being homeless on any given day. So I want to get into now low-income housing options in Nova. So before I get into this, I just want to say that what I am getting into is applicable in like multiple counties in the Northern Virginia area, but for more specifics, I'm focusing on Alexandria City as it's easier to convey these principles and these ideas when just like giving like a specific example. But these do apply with some minor differences here and there to other counties. So sharply increasing real estate costs over the past decade, along with regional development pressures, have led to shortage of affordable housing, low-income housing options. Anyone who lives close to DC will know that real estate only continues to get more expensive. Specifically, more than 50,500 units have been lost between 2000 and 2018 in places such as Arlington and Alexandria. So several strategies such as the Alexandria Housing Plan and other similar strategies enacted by other counties have been established to remedy this. So this is when the rapid rehousing model comes into play. So all of these different counties and like cities that make up NOVA have this housing master plan, which is outlined on their respective government websites. So this details what their like what steps are to like tackle homelessness, like make use of funds to allocate towards low-income housing and like benefits towards that. And it gives like a dashboard which like details the amount of progress that is being made. So you can go on and check it out right now, which is a link to the work sites page. Yeah, and again, master housing plans can be found in those different locations. So again, this is pulled from the Alexandria City website, and these are the basic principles that make up the housing plan. So I'm just going to briefly go over them, and just for the sake of the presentation. So the housing plan and guiding principles of Alexandria City are as follows: facilitate a variety of housing options for households of all incomes, expand housing choices for people of all ages and abilities, partner with nonprofits, ARHA, and private developers to leverage city resources, prioritize certain factors for distribution and preservation of affordable housing, including the location of affordable housing in transit-oriented and many rich areas, and the strategic preservation and/or production of affordable housing and large-scale developments and or redevelopments, especially where existing market affordable multifamily housing is being impacted. And again, last two, promote the integration of affordable housing to foster successful and vibrant mixed income communities. And finally, recognize the critical role affordable housing plays in the city's economic sustainability, which is something that Adam is like touching upon in his part of the presentation. And this all circles back and we'll like state how like our two parts of the project like kind of blend into one another in our final message for this project shortly. So the two different kind of like low income housing like strategies and organizations or like groups that make up this can be divided into like two basic categories. And the first one is nonprofits. So these are like nonprofit organizations that can be deemed charitable. So examples of these in the Alexandria, again, this comes from Alexandria City, but you can find examples of this in other places in the Nova area. You just go on their respective websites, and the NSRC, which is a government tool, does detail these with quick links, which are again cited in the work size page, which makes it really easy to find resources when you're looking for low-income housing options. So examples of nonprofits include the Bloom, Carpenter Shelter, Ramsey Homes, Aspire, which is a part of the Church of Resurrection, and the Waypoint in Farrington. Something interesting I want to say is that a lot of charitable like nonprofit organizations or like projects that I've noticed, especially in Alexandria City, is they're related to one church or another. They use church resources and connections to promote their projects and like get people in. And another, the second category is market rate approved affordable housing units, where these are still affordable, they're market rate, they're all good, but they tend to be more private and how they get their funding and like, you know, a little bit for profit. But again, these are great projects and like details can be linked in the sides page. And I just don't want to go over everything. So, and these are examples, which are namely one that has just been completed is 2901 Eisenhower Avenue project. Okay, so finally, like I said, I wanted to bleed in our two parts together. This is a collaborative project with an emphasis on preventing homelessness by building sustainable homes and affordable homes.
In making sustainable homes, not only are we helping the environment, but we can also help people having problems affording a place to stay.
Combining the sustainability practice of creating green housing along with the rapid rehousing model, which is outlined in my previous slide, we can effectively combat homelessness while also working towards improving the health of our local environment.
So our sources have been listed in the description for this video. If you have any questions, please leave comments on the video. And thank you guys for watching.
Thank you guys so much. You guys have a great day.